Hello everyone again, so welcome back to our second session altogether. So everyone, teacher believe that you understand well about the lesson in the first session, right? Good. So in the first session you studied about hangout 3, is it right? Good. And in the second session, so which subject that you are going to study, everyone? Very good. So in this session you will study about, yes, of course, listening status 3. Good. So everyone, teacher believe that you also reviewed the lesson last night, right? So everyone, so please prepare, okay, the material of your learning and especially the textbook of listening status 3. Okay, keep it along with you. So before we go deeply, okay, to the lesson, to the main part, teacher would like to review all of you a little bit what you have learned so far, okay, in the previous video. Alright, so everyone, let's move your attention, okay, to this part which is about review. So the review which is about vocabulary that you have learned in unit 10, is it right? Good. So you have to remember, or you have to know exactly about the meaning, okay, and how to use this word correctly. Good. So this is about vocabulary. So the first word which is about the word borrow. Okay, so teacher explained you many times already about the word borrow. Okay, like when you go to school, you forget your pencil case, so you borrow the pen or the pencil from your friends. You see, good. So we call the word borrow. Okay, good. So now let's move on to the next word, the word umbrella. Okay, like the thing, the kind of thing that you use to protect yourself from raining, okay, especially from the sunshine as well. Good. So let's move on to the next word, the word focus. Okay, the word focus, like you pay or concentrate to something. Okay, like you focus on the poster, you focus on the table, you focus on the camera. Okay, so you pay your attention, or you concentrate your feeling or emotional to that thing. You see, good. So we focus on that thing. Move on to the next word, confused. Okay, so confused, like you are confused to do something. Okay, like you confused to write the word. Okay, all right, so now let's move on to the next word, the word shells. The word shell, just like something that you put on, okay, put something on, like the book or the material of learning. Especially when you go to school, you see the bookshelves in the library. Okay, so this is we call shelves. Good. The last word forget. Okay, so the word forget, not remember to do something. Like yesterday you forget, okay, about the lesson that you have learned yesterday. You see, you don't know exactly about the subject that you have learned yesterday. Okay, even though today you still not remember, so we call forget. So in the previous video you also practiced about the listening, right? Good. So we have practiced the listening practice 1, listening practice 2, and also listening practice 3. So this is a kind of, warming up your listening, okay, your listening skill. So you have to pay your attention, especially teacher always explain you about the listening, right? It's very important for you. So when you listen to something, okay, or someone's speech, so you have to focus. Okay, so you have to focus to that thing, and after that you have to know exactly about the meaning of what they said, okay, of what they are talking about. All right, so teacher believe that you will get better, okay, of your speech, of your listening. Okay, so now everyone, let's move your attention, okay, to the lesson for today. So the lesson for today we focus on the listening status 3. So you can open the textbook on page 70. So you will see on your own. Okay, so on your own, it means on yourself. You see? So on your own, it means that on yourself. So you have to know exactly about yourself. Okay, so you can especially refer to the practice. So you have to practice yourself. So on your own, we have two sections, okay, that teacher will cover for today. So the first section is about section A. Ask your partners, write down the answers. So you have to ask your partner, even though you study online class, but you still have your partners, right? So you can find your partner in the group, okay, to make sure that your partner can respond you back or can answer the question you back or can provide the answer, the true answer for you. So you can choose them to be your partners, okay? So after that, when you found, okay, the partner, after that move on to the next step. You have to know exactly about the process or the main point of what you have to do. Okay, so what you have to do is that you have to read the questions about the first question, and then you try to catch up, okay, what the meaning is. So you will understand deeply about the questions, and your partner will respond the answer back to you. So you can get the answer, and then you have to complete in the column in here. So the column is divided into 5 parts. The first one, which is about name, okay, about name. So you can write the name of your partner in here. And the next column, which is about when asked. So it refers to the first question, okay. And the third one, who asked, refer to the second question, okay. And the next column, have needed, so refer to the third question, right? And move on to the last one, yes or no. So it is about the last question, all right? So now, if you want to know exactly or deeply about the question, so now let's focus the question altogether, okay? So number 1, when did you last ask a person for help? So when did you last ask a person for help? So when they ask you about the time, okay, they ask you about the time. So when they ask, when you ask a person for help, all right? So it is about time. So move on to the next one. It is about who did you ask? Who did you ask? So they just want to know about someone who you asked, okay? So who here refer to the person, okay, that you asked for help, all right? So now let's move on to number 3, okay? So the number 3 is, what help did you need and why? So what kind of help that you want from your partner and why? So you have to know the reason why you need the help. Alright, so move on to the last question. Did the person say yes or no? So when you need help and you ask someone to help you, so whether they respond you yes or no, and you have to explain why they say no or why they say yes. You see? Good. So now it's turn to find the partner, okay? So you have to find the partner in the group, and after that you have to practice the fourth question, okay? All right, everyone, so now let's find your partner and do this exercise all together, and after that teacher will provide you the example, okay? Okay, so now if you don't know exactly how to practice it, teacher would like to provide you the example first, and after that move on to your turn, okay? Good. So let's move on to the first one. Everyone, you can move on to the textbook. So the first step, you have to know about your partner's name. All right. So like I have my partner, she's named Linda. Okay. So I can write her name in here. Linda. So the first letter you have to write the capital letters. Okay. Linda. So my partner, she is Linda, And I asked her about the question for the first one. When did you last ask a person for help? And she responded that yesterday. All right. So yesterday. So they asked, okay, a person for help yesterday. So you can write the short one, yesterday. All right, yesterday. Good. So when, it means ask about time. So when, yesterday. Okay. So it is in past simple tense. Because you know the question, it is asked about past simple tense, right? Good. So you have to know exactly about the tense in the question. So after that you can answer by using past simple tense as well. Right. Good. So now let's move on to the second one. Number 2. Who did you ask? Okay. So I asked my partner, who did you ask? Who did you ask? So she said that she asked Coco. Alright. She asked Coco. So the name is Coco. Alright. So she asked Coco about help. Right? Good. So now let's move on to the next one. What did you need? What help did you need? Why? Okay. So what help did you need? Why? So can it you have to ask your partner, what help did you need? Why? Okay. So she responded, borrow. Maybe she borrow hangout book. All right. So you can write borrow hangout book somehow. Okay. So you can write in here. So, like you can write the notebook or pencil or pen or marker or somehow or the material. All right. So let's move on to the last question. Did the person say yes or no? Explain. So when my partner asked that person said that yes. Okay, yes. So yes. And why? So you have to know why. Why they say yes. So you have to provide the explanation to me. Okay. So because of it would be my pleasure. Okay. It would be my pleasure. Okay, it would be my pleasure. So this is the reason why they say yes. Okay, like teacher already explained you. Okay, about the useful expression about it would be my pleasure, right? It's happy to have someone. Okay, it really happy to do that things. All right, everyone. So this is about the example for you. So you can use this example and you have to ask your partner in order to get the answer. You see? Good. So now it's your turn. So you have to do this exercise. So after that, when you have done it, so you can send to your teacher. Alright. So now let's move on to the next step, everyone. So the next step you have to do is that use the information about, write about one of your partners. So when you get the answer all the false questions, so the next step you have to do is that you have to write as a paragraph. Okay, you see? Good. So when you get the answer, you can write a paragraph as you can see in the textbook, right? Good, student. So teacher believes that you can catch up well about how to ask the question, okay, to get the answer from someone. You see? Good. So this is about the end for this second session, everyone. So do you have any question? And if you don't have any questions, so this is about the end and see you tomorrow. Goodbye.